My God. Listen. You got to hear me out. We're going to listen to the post-fight interview, but right now, my video is live. February the 28th, 2015, T-Street Controversy live. 12th round stoppage, the best 12th round stoppage you will probably see. Listen, maybe it's because I'm watching the fight live and I just watched it as it happened. But my God, I wish I can show it to you. I wish I can show it. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. I don't know if this... T-Street Controversy live. I cover every single major fight live. Chris Eubank Jr. just stopped Dmitry Chudinov in what was, if you look at the first half of the fight, you would start to think to yourself, oh, Chris Eubank Jr. is not good. He's completely overrated, especially when you look at how much clinching was done in the first half of the fight. There's so many different things to talk about, but let's talk about something that is important. Now, we know Chris Eubank Jr. has a trainer. If I'm correct, and it's a shame that I really don't know his name. I believe his name is Rodney Davies, is Chris Eubank Jr.'s trainer. But the reason why is because usually his father only talking to him. But actually, this time, during this fight, we actually saw that his father, Chris Eubank Sr., you know, the great Chris Eubank Sr., 168-pound fighter, and I'm talking about meaning his son, Chris Eubank Jr. is good, but when I'm talking about his father was a world champion before, and despite that a lot of American fans didn't get a chance to see him, he was really good. So when you look at Chris Eubank Jr., you know, living in the shadow of his father has been pretty theatrical as far as his son's career is concerned, you know, dressing like Dr. Evil and wearing these sharp-ass suits with his suit pants tucked into his boots. And basically what he'll do is he would get into the ring and just sit there and just stare at his son. Listen to me. In between rounds, you would have the father get into the ring and just start staring at his son while it would be completely silence. While the trainer was, you know, working on the skin, you know, like giving him some water. And you would see the father get into the ring looking at his son like, in between rounds. So me, I've never seen no shit like this before in my life. So I'm thinking, you know, this is fucking badass. This is WWE-ish. But what you would see was, when that transitioned to a big fight with Billy Joe Saunders, it didn't make any sense. So you're thinking like, yo, your son is losing. Your son is getting outboxed, and you sit there doing all this theatrical bullshit. To whereas then finally now, you saw his father being basically the co-trainer and the one with the experience talking in the corner. Like basically, I'm trying to figure out how to put it. If they continue to do it like that and add the theatrics to it as well, it works. It worked because he's giving sound advice, but also doing the theatrics with it as well. Now, he's just been belted. He's the WBA 160-pound interim champion. And what that means is he's the #1 contender for Danny Jacobs' WBA regular, WBA World. And you remember, there's WBA Super World, which is the real recognized WBA belt as far as fans are concerned. But he's #1 contender. And basically, let's I'm gonna listen. You know what? American fans, you need to listen to this. You need to listen to this to American fans. Because you need to educate yourselves a little bit further. But they're going to start speaking.
He's putting a good show on. And then from 7 to 8, he looked a bit novice coming in with his chin here, then he started to lose a bit of wind. Then he started taking over Eubank. But I'd like to see it stopped around 8 or 9, to be honest.
Yeah, mind you, the corner could have stopped it as well. They let him go. I know we're going to say that Mr. Hook from Sweden should have given him the hook a bit earlier on, but in some ways a lot of people would have loved the champion to go the distance.
Yeah, well, a lot of people saying at ringside he should have gone the distance. I have no idea how long was left because it was just chaos, it was mayhem at ringside. And the one thing you have to remember is that he was taking an awful lot of punches, but he was still covering up. So
now you sure said that I'm going the distance?
That go as long as it was.
Here's this 12th round, Steve. Have a look.
They're showing what I showed you earlier. I can't show it again.
Hands are, you see. That suggests he's not gone.
Go on, Billy.
If you look, his feet's all over the place, his timing's out of place. You know, he's taken a lot of punishment. He's not going to win the fight. It's different than the 50-50 fight, but he's clearly lost the fight. It should have been stopped a little bit earlier, I reckon. And he's rightly so to be stopped there. Right, so we don't want actions and boxing.
All right, let's wait till we get to the
I'm not
post-fight interview.
At all here.
Let's wait till we get to the post-fight. It's a little beef over there on Boxnation. Let's wait till we get to the post-fight interview. But listen, how can I put it? I said that if he beats a guy like Dmitry Chudinov, in my opinion, for the level that he is, for it to be that it was a 50-50 fight, that I have to give him credit. Yes, there is still room for improvement. Of course, a boxer his age is going to need improvement. If you don't know, he's going to be heading over soon to start working with Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Sr. for Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Now, will they be sparring? Listen, I'm not talking about that. I doubt it. I'm not talking about that, even though on a global scale, that would be a big deal. But, oh, here we are. A post-fight interview.
Dad's extolling the virtues of son, and well, he might.
By the way, I got some interviews there on the channel. Shout out to Be Real TV.
Great fight, you know, and hats off to Chudinov. I think I've ever hit somebody so many times, and the guy hasn't gone down.
There was almost a moment at the top you were almost applauding him.
I was. I had to stop beating him up and just say, you know what, this guy's a hell of a fighter, because the shots he was taking, you know, I'm surprised the referee didn't stop it. But you know, hats off to him. Incredible chin. You know, now I've got my title. It's a world title. It's bigger than the titles I was fighting for last time. So it's redemption. I'm back, and I want that rematch. So wherever you are, I'm coming for you.
He's not so far away, actually. He's part of our team tonight. In fact, the bookies call has suggested that if you fight again, they'd make you a 1-2 on favourite. They'd fancy you to win the rematch. Why?
I know what he's about. The boxing public knows. You know, I'm a league above it, and you know, I just didn't. Through inexperience, I didn't do what I was supposed to do on the night. Now I know after the 12 rounds, as you've seen, you know, I can turn up in the 12. You know, I'm a complete fighter. I'm ready for redemption.
You say that, but you chose to fight tonight rather than box, didn't you? Why?
You know what? You know, I went in there thinking, let me box this guy, let me show my flashy skills and my speed. He wouldn't stop coming forward. So I said, you know what? You know, boxing isn't going to be enough. This guy likes to take punches, so let me give it to him. You know, again, solid fighter, great chin, and you know, I think when I went over in the corner, he said something about he was a fighting Russia. So, you know, I'll gladly go over there and be the bad guy and fight some stage against him again. He deserves it.
Let's bring Dad in. Chris has learned from the experience of that Billy Joe Saunders fight. First 12 rounder, first big fight as well. The first of many, we hope, on Boxnation too. It seemed, and certainly there was compliments from Barry Jones, a former world champion like yourself, and our commentary team, that there was the right advice coming from the corner. Would it be fair to say that you, as a team, learned from the experience of that Billy Joe Saunders fight?
Maybe I had overestimated my son's abilities, and in actual fact, in a way I didn't, because he does have them as you've seen tonight, but he just didn't use his jab in the last fight. What we saw tonight was, as predicted, that if this man comes forward, that...
My bad. What we're going to talk about is something that just came to my mind.
He made Britain proud of that performance. I am shocked, stunned and amazed why the referee didn't stop it earlier. I mean, it was unbelievable, in fact. But anyway, that's boxing. It's a very sexy business. We love it. And this man is actually adding that sex appeal back into the game. Big real master.
Well, the old master's here. How are you feeling, by the way, after your little injury?
Don't worry about me. People seem to forget as well. If you can't get a jab going off,
it's his trainer I was talking about.
He's a great fighter. He's amazing. And I'll tell you what people are forgetting now. He's punching harder and harder. Do you agree with me, Vince? Punching harder and harder. I didn't finish it. You got the mate. Well, you're okay. Good. That's all I've got to say.
Right, let me. It's a bit like, and you know boxing's like that. Your dad has said this on several occasions about it being almost a gladiatorial sport, and the way you can bring the crowd into that. There was a moment in the 5th and 6th rounds when you were avoiding punches and then coming back with your own attack, and that really got into the crowd. Maybe you might have sensed that you'd won them over towards the end of the Saunders fight. Do you feel that you have them on your side now?
I hope so, you know, and if I don't, I'm going to keep fighting until I do. You know, like I said before, my Marmite style fight. You either love what I do, or you hate it with a passion. Either way, you're going to come, you're going to pay for your ticket to see me win or lose. You know, I'm here to entertain, I'm here to win. And, you know, if you put the right man in front of me...
I'm sorry, it's a little rude.
I think Carl made you 4-6.
I never do it. It's just rude. I never do it, but it was just running too long. Anyway, this is something I was thinking about as they were talking. You know, Chris Eubank Jr. is in a nice situation because what he can do is, with that WBA interim, he could possibly fight. Now, what it's looking like is, as you notice, they've been matching him on the undercard, you know, now 2 straight fights with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury goes to fight Klitschko. Maybe Chris Eubank Jr. can get to fight somebody for that WBA on the undercard of the Klitschko or Jennings title fight, whichever one it is, you know, on HBO. So, you know, maybe, you know, he could be appearing on HBO sometime within the next year, if that's the route he chooses to go. Or on another route, with that WBA interim, he can fight Danny Jacobs, who is an Al Heyman fighter, and he can get in on that national television spotlight, maybe fight on NBC, CBS, ESPN2, if it gets that far, Spike TV, BET, and a couple of other networks. Whereas in I want to see what Billy Joe Saunders has to say. I know this video is a little long.
That performance. You know, we've got to think he flew over Patrick Mendy. He had a hard fight with Maxwell. You know, that's something. It'd have been 12-0 on there to me tonight if I'd been boxing that fella in boxing. We got caught with a lot of big shots tonight, Eubank. You know, and all credit to him. He's a tough fella. I aimed in there, but I guarantee one thing. No, Eubank, as long as he's born, will never be there.
Okay, just put the full stop on this one before we move on to Tyson Fury. Were you surprised by his tactics in there? Made for a one.
Yeah, I got Billy Joe beating him again. This is one of those things where Billy Joe Saunders is a boxer, so therefore, in my opinion, he seems like he would be a better learner as far as, you know, the mistakes he made in the Eubank fight, where Eubank started winning the later rounds. He wouldn't make the same mistakes to whereas and you would say that Eubank Jr. would start faster. Here we are, another fight later. He was holding and clinching and all that nonsense. But overall, a good solid win for Eubank Jr. and it was an exciting win, even though the fight started off a little slow. But my God, when you got a name like Nightwolf, Dmitry Chudinov, when you have a name like Nightwolf, right? A name like Nightwolf, you shouldn't. You know, you got a motorcycle gang coming out with you. I don't expect for you to be getting knocked out. But what is Dmitry Chudinov? He is a typecast boxer. Fighter. What is Chris Eubank Jr.? Chris Eubank Jr. is more of a fighter, brawler, not a boxer. If you get what I'm saying, I'm talking about as far as styles are concerned. But I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live of RealCombatMedia.com. Check out the interview footage. Also got some more footage coming, you know, after this video of Tyson Fury, Christian Hammer, Chris Eubank Jr., Peter Fury, all that stuff basically is the videos right down below on the channel. So therefore, you know, like I said, interview from Tyson Fury. We got Chris Eubank Jr. We got some workout stuff, and there's more to come. T-Street Controversy, BeRealTV.com, T-Street Controversy, BeReal TV on YouTube. It sells so much better. Yeah, gotta get a website. BeReal TV on YouTube, T-Street Controversy, T-Street Controversy Live.